Hey, welcome to Road to the International 3. Today we'll be talking about the qualifiers in general, and we will be joined with Winter today. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Can you tell us w- whether you like being a caster more or a player more?
I enjoy for the moment being a player more. I still have the drive to win tournaments, to compete with the best, but don't get me wrong, I still enjoy casting from time to time.
Would you say that the results at TI3 might help you make the decision whether you'll stay as a player or become a caster, like a full-time?
It depends on a lot of things really, and I feel unless we have a really, really good result, then I will be able to make the decision easier. But all in all, I think being a caster has its challenges as well. It's not as easy as everyone would think, and it's also a very challenging job if I were to pursue it full time. So I'm still not very sure what I will do, but definitely if I get a very good result, a very favorable result at TI3, it will definitely help me decide.
What kind of challenges were you talking about when you say being caster has challenges?
Having the right tone of voice, which I don't. My tone of voice is just one tone. You can't get to be a professional caster if you only have one tone of voice. You need to have multiple tones of voice to create the emotional excitement and etc. So I think it's a long way to go if I want to walk down that road.
So I'd like to pick your brain about TI3. So first of all, how do you find the format for this year in general with the qualifiers?
I think the format for the qualifier is great. It means every game is an important game. There's no games where you can just lose and get away with it. I like the new format more for the qualifiers.
Do you feel that having 8 slots is enough? Or say next year, would you prefer they somehow try to expand that?
It's actually up to Valve. I think having 8 slots and 16 slots has its benefits and has its disadvantages. If you have 16 slots, most of the teams will get the slots, means there'll be less motivations for the team before TI happens to fight for the slot because they know there'll be so many slots and their teams, as long as their teams show good consistency and don't change members so much, you can always get the slot even though you don't get the direct invite. But since there's so many qualifier slots, there's a high possibility you'll get the qualifier slots. So I think having it at 8 as well has its benefits. Like teams will have to fight harder for the slots.
Do you feel that Asia, like the East, sort of gets the short end of the stick? I mean, for the non Chinese teams, because there's just such a big professional scene in China.
Yeah, too many Chinese teams that will, if they really want to invite, they'll invite like even the qualifiers. There'll be at least 80% Chinese teams if they want to invite based on skill and not based on region.
Yes. So, do you think it's better to keep it West and East, or do you think maybe they could consider having like
I think China should be
a
their own.
separate region?
Yeah, to be fair to everyone.
So, like three regions: China,
But
West, and
that's just
other
my
East.
personal, that's just my personal opinion.
Now, I want to ask you about your expectations and predictions for the qualifiers. So, I know you've been watching the West qualifier. Who are the top two teams that you've picked?
For the West qualifiers, I think EG and Rockskis.
EG and Roxkis.
Yeah,
Okay. EG is a very popular choice. So, but why Roxkis?
novelty strategies. They have a lot of guts playing out of the order. They play very Dota very differently from every other team. And the new team, a lot of fresh strategies. I like the way they play Dota basically. It's very entertaining and not only entertaining to watch as a spectator, but entertaining in the sense that their strategies are all fresh and new. It's all different.
By fresh and new, do you mean from the entire scene globally or more?
Yeah, globally,
Oh,
globally.
okay.
And even though their style is different, but take nothing away from them, the teamwork they have and their strategies are actually very good. They are a very strong team. It's just I feel a bit upset for them is that they didn't really have a lot of time to train up because their team is very new to get ready for this event. Since they formed, I think just 1 month ago, almost 2 months ago, maybe 1 month ago, I think around there. Usually a team needs a lot more time than that to reach their peak.
Around how long do you think it normally takes to reach?
3 to 4 months, maybe almost half a year. Some teams take longer, some teams take shorter. Depends on how much work you put, and depends on the relationship between the team members as well.
Okay. Who are your top four and then top two picks for the East qualifier?
Oh, that's difficult. I think for now, from what I see from scrims and tournament performance, I think Rattlesnake and VG are the strongest.
Oh, really? So not LGDCN.
They are not playing very well lately. I don't know. They have 2 more weeks to prove themselves to get ready for the event. It might change though. That's why I say I feel it's very difficult to say who will be the favorite in 2 weeks. For now, I can see from scrims is Rattlesnake and VG being the strongest.
Which teams have you been scrimming against from all of them?
We haven't scrimmed with LGD for a long time. The last time we played with them was when they had long DD. When they changed to DD, we haven't played with them since. So can't really comment much. But we played with Tongfu, Rattlesnake, Zenith. Basically, we always play with these few teams and sometimes meet Trust, First Departure. But we feel that Rattlesnake and Tongfu are really strong.
Do you think it's possible that LGD might be withholding strategies because of the qualifiers?
No, I don't think so. Because from what I know, past experience from them, they don't hold back when they train.
What do you think of Rising Stars? They managed to knock one game off from you during the AMD Premier League
Hmm.
match, and then they actually beat Orange 2-0 in that same tournament. Do you think they could possibly make it into the top two?
It's gonna be very difficult for them. They are a talented team, young players, but they lack experience. Some experience like a team Rattlesnake. If you look at their roster, they have a few veterans in the team. They have Lam, they have Xiaoluo. They're all very seasoned players, so they have the experience within the team. Even though the team is not formed very long time, I think it's since February or March, but because of the experience of the players, they are able to play the game and the team chemistry is much better, even though they are a new team, because a lot of it comes from the experience of the players. Rising Stars, however, doesn't have the experience with them.
I do have another question about Rattlesnake because I was looking at their game against Zenith. Um, what the
Actually, if they played really well, I think they could have 2-0 Zenith as well.
really?
Yeah, they had a chance to win the second game. They won the first game pretty convincingly, and the
Mm-hmm.
second, you just make mistakes. We're all human, but if they played well, they could have taken Zenith out 2-0.
Is because the main event is less than 3 months. Do you think 3 months can really make a difference? Like if they boot camp and train really hard?
Yeah, of course. Depends on the attitude and the amount of effort you put in. Attitude plus effort means a lot of things. If you have the right attitude and you put in the right amount of effort, even if it's 1 month, it will change a lot within the team.
In terms of heroes, when do you think it would be the latest time for Valve to add in a hero that wouldn't disrupt previous plans? Like, say if they added one in that is
I think ideally, uh, at least 2 months before the main event, nothing should change in the hero pool that can be picked in competitive play.
2 months.
Yeah,
Okay. Because
it's even 3 months. I feel yeah, it's actually 2 months. I think would be fair. 1 month might be too too little time for teams to adjust.
I don't want to take up too much of your time because it is almost 3 a.m. right now, and thank you so much for letting me interview you. I'd like to show everyone your face, like where they can follow you. So everyone, you can follow Winter on Facebook at winter.dota and on Twitter, windota. And you should watch him stream. It's at twitch.tv/winter. And
Yep.
oops. And you can also follow MUFC's Twitter, which is MUFC Esports, and their Facebook page, MUFC Dota. So, oops, let me roll this up so they can see that. Okay. Ooh, it still says new MUFC Dota 2 roster. They should change it to put your photos.
Yeah, they're gonna announce it. They're gonna change, I think, with the new. They'll be having a new logo that has Imation plus MUFC's logo in one logo. They're making a new design. I think it's almost up because Imation is currently our main and biggest sponsor. So we're going to give them more credit in our team jerseys, logos, etc.
Cool. Look forward to seeing that awesome new logo. Okay, so before we go, do you have any shout outs?
And I just want to thank all the sponsors that supported us, Imation, especially having our gaming house set up and Armageddon, AMD, and last but not least, Jerry, which is the MUFC boss, which supported us all this while. Without him, nothing would have ever come to us.
Okay, awesome. And I hope to be interviewing you more as a player next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Welcome.
Bye. And thank you so much to MUFC and to Beyond the Summit. Without Beyond the Summit, wouldn't have these awesome overlays.